So here we go again. We're talking about the Pittsburgh Penguins as they have just been eliminated last week by the Montreal Canadiens. We're going to take a look at some of the latest news and rumors about the team going into this offseason. Stay tuned for that in this video. If you like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey, want to see the latest news around the NHL, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe down below. And let's take a look at the latest rumors from the Pittsburgh. So another disappointing season once again for the Pittsburgh Penguins. A storied franchise, a team that's had so much success over the last 3 decades. Started with Mario Lemieux, now led by Sidney Crosby, and things start to be going on the decline for the Pittsburgh Penguins. So we're going to take a look at what Jim Rutherford may have in store for the Pittsburgh Penguins this offseason and what he may do to address some of the issues with this Penguins team. The big issue for this Pittsburgh Penguins team, depth, and specifically on the blue line. We saw that really showing in that Montreal Canadiens series where the Canadiens defense isn't that good. They're good, but they are not like elite level defensemen. They're still always looking for, to add more defensemen. They're even looking at a guy like Sergachev in free agency this offseason. So, the Pittsburgh Penguins defense just was not good enough. Their goaltending was really an issue as well, with Matt Murray and Tristan Jarry just not getting things done here in the play-in round. It was really a struggle for the Pittsburgh Penguins. So now we've heard from The Athletic. They are saying that rival executives around the NHL believe that the Pittsburgh Penguins will explore a Chris Letang trade this offseason. Now, we heard these rumors last season. Chris Letang, his family is from Quebec. His son actually speaks French as well, which we've seen. I'm sure you've seen videos online. He's a pretty cute kid, but Chris Letang, I think that would be a fit. Specifically, it's funny because they just played the Montreal Canadiens in a playoff series. And this also follows up another rumor, which we saw from Elliot Friedman, which said the Canadiens forward Max Domi is an early bet to become a Pittsburgh Penguin for next season. Now, you may be saying, well, what does that have to do with anything? Well, it makes perfect sense. You've got Max Domi, who's with the Canadiens, and the Canadiens could possibly be interested in a guy like Chris Letang. Now, I'm not saying Chris Letang for Domi is the deal we're looking at. There would be a lot of other factors as well. Chris Letang's contract, his injury history has been an issue, and I think that's why the Canadiens kind of backed off of him last offseason. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out here for the Penguins. How much do they get in a Letang deal at this point? His value is not where it was 3-4 years ago. It's going to be interesting to see what the Penguins do there. The big move there, they're trying to free up some cap space. And you've got some young defensemen that look pretty promising this season. A guy like John Marino who could start to step in for that blue line. Yes, they need to fix some other things, but moving out a contract like Chris Letang's would be huge to get things going for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Not to mention you've got that goaltending situation where you've got Matt Murray, who is likely played his last game there with the Pittsburgh Penguins. I would be shocked if he was with the Pittsburgh Penguins in January for next season. I think his time in Pittsburgh is finished. Now, we've also heard about rumors with that the Colorado Avalanche may be exploring an opportunity to make a trade there this offseason to address their starting goaltender situation. Grubauer's looked pretty solid so far in the playoffs, but that's something they may consider. And then you've got another team that I think would be interested, and that is the Edmonton Oilers, especially because of the issues they had this offseason with Mike Smith in between the pipes. And I don't think Mikko Koskinen is the solution either. So we could see Matt Murray go to either the Colorado Avalanche or the Edmonton Oilers. And a dark horse team I think should be in the mix here is the LA Kings. The LA Kings need a starting goaltender as well. Don't be surprised if they get in on that as well. The San Jose Sharks, another team that could be in that mix as well. So we'll have to see what happens. I think there'll be plenty of suitors for Matt Murray. The question is, do they want to take his salary? And do they think he can be a starting goaltender still in the NHL? Or has the lightning left the bottle for Murray? And that's it. We're going to have to wait and see. And honestly, I mean, there's just so many questions with this Pittsburgh Penguins team. They trade their next year's first-round pick. They keep their 15th pick in this year's draft. So if things don't turn around for the Pittsburgh Penguins this season, they could be giving up, dare I say, there's no lottery protection. We saw this with the Ottawa Senators with the Sharks deal. You could be giving up the first overall pick. And I'm not saying that because Pittsburgh Penguins fans will freak out if you even mention that. but it's a possibility. You may be giving Bill Guerin a first overall pick from the Pittsburgh Penguins being sent over to the Minnesota Wild next season to pick up Arttu Räty, who looks like a very solid Finnish winger next season at the draft. So this could be interesting for the Pittsburgh Penguins to see how this plays out. But I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, this is a huge offseason for Jim Rutherford. And like I said, making that move the other day, kind of mind-boggling. Now, I guess you could say, well, you've got Malkin and Crosby. Yeah, but they're another year older. We've seen them, their injury history recently has been a little bit of an issue. The goaltending situation, you've got, Chris Letang and his contract. Can they move that out? There's just a lot of questions with this Pittsburgh Penguins team. You've got some really promising guys like Jake Gensel coming up, John Marino. But again, I still have many questions about this Pittsburgh Penguins team. Are they ready to, are they able to keep this going, or are they going to start, is this going to come to a screeching halt next season and it's an automatic rebuild? So it's going to be interesting to see how this works. I think the Penguins realize that the window is starting to close here with Malkin and Crosby as they continue to get older. But maybe it may be coming sooner than they thought. So let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think the Pittsburgh Penguins have to address this offseason? Like I said, defense and goaltending is a big issue, and they may look to add some grit up front with a guy like Domi. So let me know in the comment section down below. And if you like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey, want to see the latest news around the NHL, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.